How did that just happen?
It's crashing right there.
What about that, Jordan?
Hello and welcome to Wired Outdoors. It's the middle of summer, everybody's excited for the upcoming hunting season, but we want to share a show with you today all about how we utilize mowing to help control the weeds and grasses in our perennial food plots. So let's get right to the show. Behind me you can see we have a beautiful fusion plot, which is chicory and clover, and we get a ton of questions out there on mowing. How often should I mow? How high should I cut it? When shouldn't I mow? So that's what today's show is all about. So we're going to be talking to you about all the things that go in to taking care of those perennial plots when it comes to mowing. But right now I'm going to get to it and mow this plot. Let's talk a little bit about the technical aspects of mowing, why, when, and how. But before we begin with that, we want to stress to everybody that managing your weeds in those perennial plots throughout the spring and summer months, we usually do with a combination of methods, from the chemicals like the Arrest Max for the grasses, the Slay for the broadleaf weeds, as well as mowing. So those videos are available on our other channels as well. But let's talk now about the how, when, and why we want to mow. Why we mow, it helps stimulate new tender forage growth. It's going to help with weed control. When you want to mow, if the perennial forage plants reach 10 to 12 inches tall, or you see anything in the plot, forage plants, weeds, or grasses starting to flower or put seeds on the heads. How do we want to mow? For forage health, try to keep the forage plants at about 6 to 8 inches tall. Don't take off more than about the top few inches of the forage plants at a time. Removing too much foliage can stress the plants and allow moisture to evaporate from the soil more quickly. For weed control, try to remove all flowers and seed heads from weeds and grasses before the seeds in them have a chance to dry and become viable. Now, when not to mow. When the forage plants are stressed, such as periods during very drought conditions or excessive heat. Okay, here we are. It is a few weeks later since we mowed this food plot, and that's what this show is all about, is how to use mowing to effectively control some of the weeds and grasses that you get in your food plots. You can see when we were here a few weeks ago, we were getting a lot of grasses and things. We mowed it. We have nothing but a beautiful looking clover and fusion plot now. So again, mowing is not essential, but it can be a very effective tool. If it's easy for you to get your equipment in, mow a few times throughout the year, you'll have a great looking clover plot. Well, as you can see, mowing is a very effective method at controlling those weeds and grasses throughout the summer months. But we want to stress to everybody, we use a combination of methods as well as mowing. We love to use the chemicals from Whitetail Institute called Arrest Max for the grasses, Slay for the broadleaf weeds. So in combination of those with mowing, great way to control those weeds and grasses. And we want to thank everybody for joining us on Wired Outdoors.